Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I wanted to give you guys a few tips that I've learned on how you can level up your weapons and vehicles as well as your career rank in Battlefield 6 a little bit quicker, as it is quite a struggle, it's quite the grind to upgrade pretty much everything in the game. I think personally it's a little bit too far that Dice and EA went with this, so hopefully they do kind of bring it back or roll it back a little bit and change some of the challenges in the game, but I digress. Without further ado, if you guys enjoy the content here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of the Battlefield news as well as tutorials like this one. Alright, so if you're anything like me, you're hard at work trying to get all of the attachments for the various weapons in the game, and I want to talk a little bit about how weapon packages work in the game. So if we come into the support class here, go to the main primary weapon, you can actually right click on any weapon first of all to go into the customization, and you're going to see this screen here. Now you might be forgiven for thinking that these are basically just skins for the guns, and they are indeed skins for the weapons. But what some of you may not know is that these skins or these weapon packages come with pre-unlocked attachments on them. So if we go into my default factory M433 here, and we come down to the grips, you'll see I don't have that many here. The last one I have is the mount, and the next one I'm going to unlock at Mastery 14 is the stubby. If we come back out of there and we equip this weapon package here, which is unlocked with the Phantom Edition pack, that is the deluxe version of the game, right click into that one, you're going to notice that I have the angled grip on here. But you can clearly see I don't have this unlocked, it only unlocks at Mastery 33. Same thing if we go and take a look at this blue laser, I only get that one at Mastery 33 as well. Currently this weapon is only Mastery 12, right? So if you actually go and equip some of these weapon packages, you can get access to advanced attachments, which is obviously going to make the gun a lot better and allow you to level up the weapon, get all of those mastery levels that little bit quicker. Now, how do you gain mastery levels? A lot of you may think it's just getting kills with the weapon like it was in previous Battlefield games like Battlefield 2042, for example, but actually, you just need to get experience with the weapon. So even getting assists, just doing damage with the weapon, even though you don't score a kill with it, is going to increase your weapon mastery. So that's the first thing. I would definitely go through all of your weapons here, right click them, check if you have any weapon packages. One to look out for, in fact, is the M44, and in the case of the M44, you're going to see, if we right click on it here, that I don't even have this gun unlocked. This gun only gets unlocked at rank 48, but if you come into the weapon packages, you can see that it is unlocked by completing the Road to Battlefield 6 free pass in Battlefield 2042. So this reward here from 2042 was not just a skin, it actually unlocks this weapon very early as well. Now if we go in here, you'll see I don't have any attachments for it, so it is bare bones, but again, definitely worth taking a look at. If you guys want another recommendation, I would go and take a look at the SGX, especially if you played the beta, because down here you get this one, and this one was unlocked actually by completing the beta challenges. And if we go in here, you'll see I have a suppressor here unlocked for it at mastery level 36, even though my real mastery level is only 6. Here we've got the M2010 ESR. If you've got the Phantom Edition version of the game, right click on that one, and this is going to have the rangefinder on there. It's going to have this nice suppressor, so way better than the one you get with the factory settings. So that's what I would suggest. Go and have a look through all of your weapon packages here. You'll notice that a lot of them, you just need mastery to unlock them with the corresponding weapon here. Some of them say currently unavailable. I'm pretty sure that's because they're going to be coming in a future season, and then some of them are unlocked via assignments as well. So here we go, here's one for the B36A4, completed through assignment mission complete 5, whatever that means. So let's just go in here. It comes to the campaign assignment. So you can see actually this one you get from playing through the campaign and completing these missions in their hardest difficulty. So a lot of these will come from assignments as well. Now that kind of segues me easily into the assignments section here. And personally, I don't really like this in Battlefield 6 at all. I just prefer the good old-fashioned way of playing the game, playing whatever game mode I like, whatever weapon I want, whatever class I want, and ranking up through the game and unlocking things. I'm not saying I necessarily want it to be really, really quick. I do want it to be a bit of a grind, but I just don't like being shoehorned into a particular playstyle to unlock things that I need in the game. But it is what it is, we've all got to deal with it, and as such, I would always recommend going through your daily missions first. So try to get those done as soon as you log on, like if you can manage to get them, they reset once a day. Then we've got the weekly missions, try and get those done as well. They are just a really, really great source of XP, both for your career, so your overall rank here in the top right corner, but also for weapon experience. And then a lot of the weapons and the class gadgets in the game are actually unlocked not through your career rank, but by these assignments. So make sure you do go over these. As you can see here, to get the Cord 6P67, we need to inflict 300 damage with assault rifles, and we need to inflict 10,000 damage with assault rifles. Yeah, the UI in this game, not really that great. I feel like it needs a lot of work. Then you move on to the next one. So if you want to get to number 2 here, you need to complete number 1 first, and then number 3. A lot of these assignments are quite difficult as well, guys, so bear that in mind. I'm not going to go through all of these here because, you know, I know you guys know how to read, even though it can be a little bit convoluted. If you get something like this, Assault Expert, it says unlock through assignment Assault 3. That means you need to come up to here to the Assault category and you need to do the number 3. To do number 3, you need to do number 2. And of course, to do number 2, you need to do number 1 first. So it is quite a grind to really get where you want to go. So what are some of the ways that we can alleviate that grind? Well, first of all, XP boosters. Now, you can get XP boosters through a number of different ways. Of course, the first one is going to be in these challenges. Sometimes you will get career or hardware XP boosters, which will apply then for weapon experience or vehicle experience to unlock your vehicle loadouts. You can also get them by pre-ordering the game, and I would be very surprised if they're also not going to be available in the in-game store, which will probably be launching with Season 1 on the 28th. But if you come down to the Featured tab, it's kind of weird. You need to scroll down, and eventually this tracking panel here for challenges will appear, and this is where you can apply your XP boosters. Now, what I didn't realize at first is, as it says here in this fairly small text, XP boosters stack and count down in real time. So the way this worked in Battlefield 2042 is you would apply them, but they would only work when you're in a game. So for example, if you applied a 1 hour experience booster, you played around for 20 minutes, and then you backed out of the round into the main menu, it would just pause. If you logged off, it would be on pause until you came back on and joined another round. In this game, they've kind of gone with the Call of Duty method, where as soon as you apply this 30-minute booster, 30 minutes later, it'll be gone. So if I log off, 30 minutes later, it's already been used. I am not a big fan of that either. It feels like they're trying to wean money out of us and not give us the experience boost that we really deserve. But just know that's the way it worked. Don't go and make the same mistake that I did, which is to spam them all as soon as you logged into the game, apply them all, and then go and log off and get some lunch, only to come back and find that they've all been depleted. Now, outside of that, you also, as you'll notice, get plus 5% XP just by owning the game. Like, you have to own the game to play the game, so I don't really understand why it shows this here. But then, in addition to that, you will also gain an additional 5 XP by joining a party. So if and whenever you can, you know, you have friends to do so, joining up with them is a solid idea. Now, if you want, you can just play the game the normal way to accomplish all of these assignments and get all of your weapon XP masteries and your vehicle mastery and whatnot. But as I've already mentioned, a lot of the challenges are particularly difficult, and these can often more easily be achieved against the AI. So I've got a couple of codes for you guys. If you go down to the community section here, and you go in search experiences, come down to where it says enter code, the first one here is going to be for grinding out weapon attachments and just general XP. So if you type here 7AUR and press enter, it'll come up with this mode here, which is Breakthrough Solo against bots. Click on that one, and this is what you want to make sure. Like, you don't have to use this mode if you don't want. If you want to find one of your own, feel free to do so. But whatever you do, make sure you check this panel and that it says 100% for all of these. That means that you're going to get 100% progression for all of these different areas of the game. Now, the best thing to do is then click host, scroll down here, come into the password, put in whatever you want there. I would generally put it as a persistent server because I just like to have it up there so I can log into it whenever I need it there, and then click host. Now, most of the time, you're going to find this doesn't work. In fact, let's just try it now. Let's see if I can spin up a server. No, of course I can't. Global game exceeded. Basically, What that means is that there are too many Portal servers running at the moment, and the grind in this game is so great. There are so many people running like XP farming servers that they've used up EA's entire server capacity that they've dedicated here to Portal. So EA definitely need to do something about this. They need to get rid of the XP farm AFK servers, or they need to implement more servers, or both preferably. But if you find this happening and you're like, well, I can't host a game, what you can do then is come back here and go into servers. And this is going to find the exact experience that you're looking for with all of the running servers. And you can then just try to join one of these instead. So it's pretty easy to farm on this one. It's going to be breakthrough only. It's going to be on Manhattan Bridge. If you manage to host it by yourself and put a password, it's just going to be you with bots on your team against bots on the enemy team. So not only is this going to get you a lot of kills very quickly, allow you to gain the mastery for your weapon very quickly, allow you to gain career XP very quickly, but it's going to be a lot of an easier time achieving many of those difficult assignments, such as, headshotting 100 people in a round, or suppressing X amount of enemies in a single round. A lot of the challenges in this game, especially the later ones, have to be done in one round, and they get very, very frustrating in regular games because sometimes the rounds just end prematurely, or you just kind of get unlucky, and it's really, really frustrating to get so close to whatever your goal is and then have to start the whole thing up in the next round again. So I think doing it this way against bots is a little bit of an easier time. It's not super easy because the bots in this game are actually kind of half decent, but I would really recommend it. Now, one thing you won't be able to do in that server is, of course, level up your vehicles. So for that one, I have a separate code for you guys. And this one is going to be 215Q, and it's called Test Bots Helicopter, this one that I found. Click on that, and if we come to maps here, you're going to see it's Operation Firestorm, Liberation Peak, New Sobek City, and Mirak Valley. And so those are all of the maps in the game that have jets on them. They've also got helicopters. Obviously, New Sobek City doesn't have jets. If you want to skip a map at any time, you can just press escape, go to the admin tools, and then click next map, and the server will just spin on to the next one. But this is the easiest way to level up the vehicles. Obviously, you're not going to need to really level up the jets. You can get jet mastery if you want to unlock camos and stuff like that, but we've already got all of the loadout options unlocked for the jets in the game, so I would say that's not really a top priority. I would personally concentrate on unlocking everything that you can for the attack helicopters, because a lot of the later loadouts for them are really, really good. You get these heavy rocket pods, which are kind of equivalent to the Zunis, like from Battlefield 4, and those are just way, way better than the initial rocket pods that you get. Same thing goes for like the IFVs and the tanks. You can, of course, use those on this map, so even though it's called helicopter practice, it is going to spawn all of the vehicles here, and you can just kind of go to town on the AI and farm them up until you've got as much mastery as you want or need. Now, failing those two methods, let's say for whatever reason you can't host a server in Portal and you can't find any servers running on either of those two experiences, you can actually come down here to Training Grounds, and there is this little tile here called Initiation Breakthrough. And what this is going to be is breakthrough against bots, and there's only going to be a few human players on your team and a few on the enemy team, so it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to be just going against bots, but it's still going to be like the majority bots. And beforehand, I think this was an experience that was only reserved for people below like rank 10 or something. It seems that they've changed this now, and it has appeared for everybody. So at the moment, I'm only ranked 24. It's still there. It may disappear at some point. So if you're like rank 40 or 50, there is a chance this is maybe not there for you. But it doesn't say, at least anywhere here, that this isn't available. Obviously, for this one, you're not going to be able to pick the map. So I do think Manhattan Bridge for Breakthrough is like the best bot farming map, so I would always go for that one. I'd go for the Portal one. This one is going to have all the maps in there, and you're not going to have any admin tools. You're not going to be able to spin on to the next map whenever you want to. You're just going to have to play in there like any other mode. But like I said, if you can't gain access to the other servers in the Portal experiences, then this is a good secondary option. So there you have it, guys. Good luck on the grind out there. Hopefully somebody learned something from this video. Like a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you guys, I didn't realize them straight from the get-go. So I just wanted to put out, this video just on the off chance that some of you guys didn't know these things. If you did find it informative, leaving a like down below is always appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with everything Battlefield 6, and I'll see you all in the next one.